City of Lost Souls, a young adult fantasy novel penned by Cassandra Clare in 2012, marks the fifth installment in her Mortal Instruments series, which commenced with City of Bones in 2007. The narrative revolves around Clary Fray, a young girl who uncovers her half-nephilim, angelic, lineage and allies with a group of nephilim known as Shadowhunters to combat malevolence. In this particular chapter of the series, Clary makes a startling revelation that Lilith, a demon, has ensnared her boyfriend Jace with his malevolent brother, Sebastian, through dark magic. Attempting to eliminate Sebastian poses a grave risk, as it would inadvertently lead to Jace's demise. Clary must grapple with the choice of saving him or facing the prospect of losing him forever. Cassandra Clare gained recognition through Harry Potter fanfiction before transitioning to traditional publishing with the Mortal Instruments series and its prequel, Infernal Devices. The story commences with Clary's best friend, Simon, now transformed into a daylighter vampire without the usual vulnerability to sunlight. However, his attempt to return home is thwarted by his religious mother, who treats him as if the real Simon is deceased. Meanwhile, Clary informs Simon of Jace's disappearance and the apparent impossibility of tracking him down. To seek assistance, Clary and her friends approach the Sea Light Queen, striking a deal to deliver 2 fairy rings in exchange for help. While researching the rings in a Shadowhunter library, Clary witnesses Jace conversing with Sebastian, her malevolent half-demonic sibling, in a disturbingly friendly manner. Concealing herself, she later shares this unsettling revelation with her companions Alec, Simon, and Izzy. The plot unfolds as Clary, awakening one night, finds Jace lying beside her, professing his enduring love. The moment is disrupted by the sudden entrance of Sebastian. Jocelyn, Clary's mother, discovers Sebastian's presence and, in the ensuing chaos, Luke, Clary's adoptive father, sustains injuries while attempting to confront Sebastian. The duo vanishes, with Jace cryptically promising his return for Clary. In response to the escalating threat, Jocelyn decides to relocate with Clary to Magnus Bane's residence, the High Warlock of Brooklyn, for safety. Despite Jocelyn's warnings about Jace's suitability as a partner and the potential influence of her malevolent father, Valentine, Clary remains resolute. Determined to protect herself, she opts to spy on Jace and Sebastian, utilizing the fairy rings for telepathic communication with Simon. Clary gradually realizes that Jace's peculiar behavior stems from Sebastian's possession. The friendly demeanor and apparent malevolence are a consequence of their magical binding by the deceased demon Lilith in the previous book. The challenge now lies in finding a way to eliminate Sebastian without sacrificing Jace in the process. Izzy and Jocelyn approach the Iron Sisters seeking aid and discover that the connection between Jace and Sebastian can be severed using a Blade of Heaven, a gift only obtainable from an angel. Simon proposes summoning the angel Reziel for this purpose. The group decides Simon should do it since the mark of Cain on him renders him invulnerable, and any harm directed at him rebounds 7-fold onto the assailant. Meanwhile, Clary persists in her espionage, choosing to live with Sebastian and Jace. During a moment when the rune controlling Jace is damaged, he breaks free from Sebastian's influence temporarily and discloses Sebastian's sinister plan. Sebastian aims to use Lilith's blood in a mortal cup to create an army of malevolent Shadowhunters. Jace expresses his intent to turn himself into the clave, the governing body of Shadowhunters, as he believes it's preferable to being possessed. Clary, unwilling to let the clave execute Jace, calls for Sebastian to intervene. Sebastian repairs the damaged rune and repossesses Jace. Simultaneously, Simon summons Reziel, who agrees to provide a Blade of Heaven but demands the removal of Simon's mark of Cain in return. Clary, utilizing the fairy ring, informs Simon of Sebastian's plans. However, Sebastian intercepts her before she can finish speaking to Simon, forcing her to shatter the ring. The Sea Light Queen's foresight about Clary's possession of the fairy rings leads her to inform Sebastian of a potential telepathic link between Clary and Simon. A confrontation ensues, during which Sebastian attempts a heinous act against Clary. They ultimately converge at the 7th sacred site, where Sebastian combines Lilith's blood with the mortal cup. He compels Luke's sister, Amadis, to drink from the cup, demonstrating its malevolent capabilities. Shadowhunters arrive to combat Sebastian's dark counterparts. Simon manages to deliver the Blade of Heaven to Clary, who pursues Sebastian. Unable to locate him, she opts to stab Jace, hoping his heart's purity might mitigate the damage. Jace collapses, and most of the dark Shadowhunters are defeated as Sebastian flees. Clary discovers Jace's heartbeat, and later learns that her stabbing infused him with holy fire. When his adrenaline rises, the fire will incinerate anything he touches, except Clary. Meanwhile, Magnus terminates his relationship with Alec, infuriated that Alec considered the vampire Camille's offer to strip Magnus of his immortality, even though Alec ultimately rejects the proposition. Distraught, Alec seeks vengeance on Camille, but discovers she's already been slain by another vampire, Maureen, aspiring to lead the vampire clan. Finally, Maurice, Alec's mother, presents two silent brothers with angelic wings, and a note bearing the name Jonathan Christopher Morgenstern, Sebastian's birth name. The note ominously declares Urkamai, meaning I am coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.